So this is a series to celebrate the 10-year anniversary of Klaglahachie Fine Arts Society, and just to really tell the community what Klaglahachie is all about.
In March of 2010, Klaglahachie Fine Arts became incorporated as a society in the province of Alberta.
It is in partnership with the United Church because of our sharing of the building. Mm-hmm. It is still a separate entity from it. It is not a part of the church exactly in the official business capacity, because we are a fine arts society concentrating in drama.
So I'm Rebecca Stretch. I have been in the last 8 Klaglahachie musicals. I started when I was 9, I guess. And
I'm Gwen Plasted, and I've been around since Klaglahachie was first invented, so it's quite a few years.
I'm Marion Roggest. I've been the treasurer of Klaglahachie ever since it started.
Fred Hebert's been involved in production, sound, lighting, building, you name it. Acting in several of the productions.
And I'm Marion Hebert. Mostly I keep track of Fred, and I'm a behind-the-scenes person involved in various parts of the productions. However, I didn't start right away. I didn't start until the first big musical of the Scrooge. The Christmas Carol.
Yeah.
so why was Klaglahachie created 10 years ago?
I think that Klaglahachie was created because the church, it started as an outreach of the church. We were looking for something in the transformation of the church, and we had a weekend workshop, and we had 2 speakers from Edmonton, and then following that, I think it kind of was born.
Yeah, the idea came forward, and it was started as an outreach ministry for Pinoka United Church, and it was called a Ministry of Joy.
As far as the connection to drama, that was decided upon as the vehicle for outreach into the community, and to invite general public to participate in drama activities here.
So what was the vision of Klag?
The official vision at that time was building communities of grace through the medium of the arts. We pretty well tried to keep that as our vision, I believe.
Generally, the vision was to give a safe place for people to be involved in drama, and an opportunity to learn the craft and to understudy and become, as you have come up through the ranks, to be a star.
And certainly it involved lots of people in the community. They didn't have to be attached to this church or a church. That was a community outreach, truly.
The community outreach may have reached further than our community, though, now.
We have the capacity to attract good talent, but we also have the responsibility to offer opportunity to our local people.
How did you struggle as a new theater community?
As you know, the licensing rates for performance are very costly for name plays, and those are the ones that we began using. So what were the costs of those, like $3,000 to $9,000 for performance rights?
It could have been at that time, yeah. I mean, it's been in that range every year, it seems. But
Yeah.
First struggle was just having enough moxie to, you explained the debentures that were issued, Marion.
Yeah, we did. We offered to the general public Klaglahachie investment certificates. We paid 6% interest, so it was quite attractive for many people. And that's kind of how we got the seed money to start our project.
And we also had a grant from the United Church, too, which helped us out.
Yeah.
Apart from that, we started a theater without the accoutrements of a theater. There was no special lighting, not a sufficiently robust sound system to do what we were doing, and had to build it piece by piece by piece.
Yeah.
Our first production was with mostly borrowed equipment and head-worn wireless mic packs that had to be passed around from person to person to person with a schedule.
Yeah.
That was one of the
That
things
was
that
my job.
Marion
To
made up.
organize.
Yeah, right.
Who gets that mic next, and where do they have to meet to exchange it, and all of that sort of
There's
thing.
still some of that, just saying.
Yes, but we have 25 instead of 5.
Yes.
Upgrades to the technical, we needed even to put in a stronger electrical system. Or the main switch of our electrical distribution box in the back there failed at the dress rehearsal night for the Christmas Carol. We put two 1500 watt spotlights up in the balcony, and no sooner turned them on that the whole hall went dark, including our side fill lighting. And everybody was sitting around in the dark wondering, how are we going to finish our dress rehearsal? But we've just brought in a long extension cord and used one spot, and it kind of barely lit the stage, and people were fumbling around going through their motions and saying their lines and singing their songs.
Certainly was one of our first
That
struggles.
would be what you call a struggle.
Yeah.
That was a struggle.
So where do you see the vision of Klaglahachie going?
We hope that it will continue into the future, so that young people in our community will be able to come and hone their talents in acting and keep the building busy.
And I think it's not just young people. We
Oh,
have
no.
a lot of
Older
older
people.
people
Yeah.
that have been able to try out their skills
Yeah.
and find out if they like it or they don't like it. So that's been fun too to watch.
One of the issues with ongoing Klaglahachie is that much of our support staff comes from church membership. The behind-the-scenes people that make dinner part of the dinner theater happen, and that do the hall decorations, that do the stage prep and all of that. That comes from an increasingly aging population of the United Church, and we are hoping to be able to turn those kinds of functions largely over to the general community or the parents or their extended families of the actors, so that those kinds of jobs can continue to be done in order to keep this show going.
What were the failures and milestones in the first years?
Well, you heard Fred's description of some of the technicalities. I think that was probably the big thing. And it's always not even just the first year. Sometimes it's a little bit of a struggle finding enough volunteers, because what do we say? We take 100 or 150 to get the show on the road.
For sure.
And it's a big production.
I think we managed to survive all of our problems and grow from them. Each production got better and better as the years went on, I think, as we learned what to do.
Yeah.
I know we learned that we needed more microphones, and we learned how to arrange it so that people could switch them without as many problems. I think it all worked together, finally.
It always does. I mean, there's always a little hiccup, a little problem here or there along the way, but we seem to overcome.
Another avenue that the Klaglahachie could go in the direction of is the theater school type of idea, like with the summer children's drama camp, but also annual workshops. We belong to Theatre Alberta and are entitled to I believe it's 2 a year sponsored Theatre Alberta workshops in everything from makeup, lighting, sound. We've had one on lighting, had one on sound, had on costuming,
Dance.
One on
dance. We have brought in tap dance instructor from Calgary to train a chorus line for one show. These
Voice coaches.
are voice
Yeah,
coaches.
Voice coaches.
So people who are involved get some pretty good training
Yeah.
for what is available in the
We've had a dance instructor, I think, from Rimby too.
Yeah.
There was a Russian dancer who came in and taught
Yeah.
a few of the guys,
Yeah.
the one Fiddler on the Roof.
Yeah.
So how has Klaglahachie affected each of you?
I found it's been a great experience. It certainly can keep you busy. There's lots of things to do. The camaraderie between all the people behind the scenes and also getting to know the actors. That's all been rewarding.
I think the greatest joy for me is to see the growth and the maturity of many of our young people that have come up through the ranks, and also the camaraderie that they enjoy with each play.
Yeah.
They become a family for sure.
It's generally one big family, mostly happy. Occasionally not.
We are a family, so we do have our dysfunctions. But
Yeah.
The thing that I find most amazing is how everything just comes together. That you think it all has to be super organized, and when we start out, we always think, oh, we're going to organize it just right, but somehow or other, it just happens. It comes together. It's almost like it's a spirit within that works together, and all of a sudden, it's there. And it's a success, and it just feels really wonderful to see it happening.
so why have you all stuck with Klaglahachie and stayed doing what you were doing?
Force of habit?
It's fun.
It really
I love
is.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is exciting. We did drop out for a couple of years. We had some health issues that we had to take care of. But we're back. And you tend to get pulled in. And ideas generate ideas, and pretty soon you're all just full of ideas and anxious to try them out and see if it's going to work or what's going to happen.
I think it goes back to what I said in the very beginning. The place was very quiet, and since we've had Klaglahachie, there's been things going on all year long, and that's been
Yeah.
wonderful.
Yeah.
Christmas is how many months away? And we're already thinking about what we're doing, and we've got the script, and we've got the music, and we're looking for people. And anybody out there interested,
Yeah.
just call the church.
Yeah. It's a 3 months of fun that I look forward to, have looked forward to every year since I was 9.